Hey, it's Doug from Doug and Wolf to talk about ASU football and what happened last weekend and what's going to come up against Oregon State. Well, in the game against USC, can't get any bigger than that. Why? Well, number one, it was the first win in 13 years at Sun Devil Stadium against USC. But number two is the recruiting. There were some recruits there that have already actually committed to USC, but came to ASU just to see what it was like. Now that you beat USC, you get to show those recruits what it's like on campus. Secondly, take a look up and down the Pac-12 right now. USC under sanctions. Oregon is under a major cloud, and they're under NCAA investigation right now. U of A is down. Utah isn't really ready to step up to the Pac-12 as of yet. Stanford, their situation is great now, but it's not sustainable. When you look at all the teams across the Pac-12, there's only one that's trending up at the rate that they are, and that is ASU. So a huge win for them, and it even helps in other sports. There were kids there that were being recruited for basketball, kids there being recruited for soccer. I mean, name your sport. The game was the ticket for them to see what it's like to go to ASU. Huge win against USC. Now looking ahead to Oregon State. The big question is the fans. Phoenix is the type of city that they care who are you playing and is it a big game. Oregon State is not a big game. Oregon State lost to Sacramento State. They are one of the worst college football programs in the nation. If ASU fans are their typical downtrodden, well, it's not a big game, I'll show up later, well then that once again shows that this program still has a long way to go because the fans haven't embraced it. But if the fans start deciding, you know what, I'm an ASU fan, I want to go because it's ASU and I don't care who they're playing, then ASU has truly arrived. So number one, who is my devil who needs to step up? It's you. Are the fans really going to show up for Oregon State when we all know Oregon State is bad? But it's also the same thing on the field. ASU has a history of taking on opponents that's weaker than them, and yet for some reason they tone it down. They play to the level of the competition, and then it becomes a dragged out, slow, boring game, and they might even lose. I don't think ASU is going to do that this year. I think they have enough senior leadership to stay focused on the ultimate goal, and that is playing in the Pac-12 championship game. And a loss Saturday could kill that chance. I don't think they'll lose. I think they'll end up being 4-1. They will beat Oregon State.